So the Kansas City Chiefs and their defense, man, it's absolutely phenomenal. Now, I know in this video I'm not going to really show too much clips of the defense because for some reason it was kind of hard to find clips of the defense because people tend to post training camps of the offense only. But this defense is something that has to be touched upon. And this defense is something that has to be noticed because if you look what the Kansas City Chiefs did last season, they literally won a Super Bowl because of how good their defense was. If it wasn't for the Chiefs having this defense, they would have never won the Super Bowl last year. Yeah, the offense and Patrick Mahomes came alive throughout the playoffs, but this defense was a big deal. So now, ranked in total defense, the Chiefs was number 2. Defensive yard average, 289.8. So that's number 2, just behind the Browns. Playoff averages, 322.7. TDs allowed, 32. Playoff TDs allowed, 5. So they really should be 1 because the Browns had 44 TDs allowed last season. Chiefs only had 32, which is very good. But if you look at passing defense, so total defense, the Chiefs ranked 2. And if you look at passing defense last season, the Chiefs ranked 4th. So they had 176.5 passing yards allowed per game. That was the average. Then pass TDs allowed in general, 19. So that's pretty good right there. So they ranked 2 in total defense, 4th in passing defense. And now when we get to rushing defense, it does get a little tricky. I ain't gonna lie, rushing defense was kind of mid. 17th. We was ranked 17th in rushing defense, which is absolutely mid. That's the definition of mid. But we allowed 113 rushing yards per game, which is not really too good. And we allowed 10 rushing TDs. So, I mean, that's how it is. But we ranked 2nd in scoring defense. That was 17.3 points allowed, average. Total TDs allowed, 32. So that was good right there, ranked in 2nd in scoring defense. So we're really top in almost everything. Then we was 8th in red zone defense, which is pretty good as well. 8th, that's definitely great. Defensive red zone TD rate, 50%. And in the playoffs, it was 46%. And at third down defense, we was pretty solid as well. Number 10 in third down defense, defensive third down rate, 37.1. So that was good right there. Playoffs, 29.7. So the defense, man, the stats, it was just beautiful. It was beautiful. And the Kansas City Chiefs, they was doing what they had to, they was doing what it takes to really make that playoff run, and the defense was a big part of that. The defense helped out a lot, and I'm pretty sure this defense is still gonna be just like the defense last season. I really could see it still being like that. I know we lost L'Jarius Sneed, Willie Gay, Mike Edwards, and guys like that, but we still got young rookies that's ready to step up, and we got other players that's ready to step up. If you look at NFL sacks, we was number 2 in sacks. Yeah, the Ravens had 60 sacks, but we have 57 sacks, which is very elite. And we have essentially the same defensive line. So the D-line should be just as good, if not better. And then we got Spags, who's obviously going to always do what he has to do. So Spags, we know what level Spags is on. Then we was 10th in forced fumbles. So that's pretty solid right there. That's another great stat. And then when you go to passes defended, let's see, because our DBs was haunting shit down. Wow. We're actually number 20 in pass defenses defended. That's surprising, but something that is spoken about with the defense and, it's questions about this defense is the defensive line. Now, we obviously know that Chris Jones is the centerpiece of the defensive interior, but there's some cheap bodies around him, like Derek Nandi, Mike Pennell, Deshaun Wharton, Matt Dickerson, and Neil Farrell, moving as, the potential end of the roster guys. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, Now, it's just certain concerns, like Chris Jones is him. We obviously got him. We got the extension that's going to keep him in Kansas City throughout his prime. But there's a lack of investment around him, Yeah, without Chris Jones, our defensive tackles would be by far the league's worst. Being real, you know. Yeah, man. So defensive tackle is definitely a concern. And Omini, who he's injured, so that might keep him out, out of most of the season. So it's going to be difficult. He'll be the best candidate to kick inside, but it's going to be difficult without him, man. So we'll definitely see how that goes, though. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's going to be too much of a bad thing. Though I really don't think it's going to be too much of a bad thing. But Spags, man, he's just on a whole nother level right now. He's definitely going to keep this defense at least respectable. I believe the defense is going to be great. I believe it's going to be great. But Spags is going to keep it respectable. And we're honestly just in a league of our own. We're looking to become the first team to three-peat in the history of the NFL. And I believe we have a big shot at doing it. I believe we have a big chance at doing it. And I do believe that it's absolutely going to happen 100%. I mean, this team has what it takes to three-peat. This team has what it takes to get back to the Super Bowl. Chris Jones is amazing. He's the star on the defensive side of the ball. And you got Trent McDuffie, who's also a game changer, man. He is a game changer, McDuffie. And obviously we lost Shavarius Ward in 2022. And we lost L'Jarius Sneed this year. But those departures were hurt a lot more if it weren't for the presence of McDuffie, who's an all-pro in his second season in the NFL. And it won't be long until McDuffie's moving up the ranks along with his star teammates in Mahomes, Jones, and Travis, man. I really think McDuffie's going to become one of them essential cornerstones for the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, I don't understand how McDuffie didn't make the top 100 in 2024, but I do believe he's going to make it next season. And if McDuffie continues to play at the same level without Snead to help take that heat off, and then the Kansas City Chiefs do win a third Super Bowl, McDuffie is going to emerge himself as him. He's gonna show the world that he's him. There's no other way to put that, to be honest with you. And what I like about training camp is that this defense is insane, but this offense is also amazing. So it's been a big competition between them dudes, man, the offense and the defense. So everything is just very good to watch. I mean, it's just fun. There's nothing new about Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs having a dynamic offense. But this year's training camp, it just presents a new opportunity for Kansas City to, sharpen its attack. And it's going to be very, very scary for the Chiefs and for the rest of the league. But it's been your boy Chiefs Priority, and I'm out, man. Peace.